to use social media marketing for business. This is New Business Social Media. Stay tuned. Today we are going to go through 15 specific steps which are going to guide you from how are you supposed to think to how are you supposed to set your profiles to what you should do and how you should execute your entire social media marketing game so that you can get the best revenue generation, the best customer acquisition and the best marketing experience overall. So let's begin. Hi guys, thank you so much for being here. This is Shilpa Raidas and welcome to my channel. Well, if you are someone who's interested in uplifting your entrepreneurial and your social media skills, this is the channel for you. So subscribe to my channel right away and also hit the bell icon so that you are notified whenever my video is up. Let's get into the topic for the day. Today we are going to discuss social media marketing for a local business or for a new business. Well, we all know that social media marketing has influenced our lives to the greatest extent. Be it our personal life, be it our social life, and especially our work and career and things and so on. But there are still a lot of businesses, especially local businesses, who have not explored the world of social media. It so happened that due to the pandemic and the whole lockdown process, these businesses lost their revenues to the greatest extent and lost hold of being in touch with their customers. Well, this is the time we need to, explore the world of social media and social media marketing for your business, because now it is not an option but a priority. Step number 1. You need to envision your ultimate goal. Before you start on with social media marketing or even set your profiles on any social media forum, you need to know exactly what you want out of your marketing efforts. Okay, I'll give you an example. Some people are on social media just so that they get enough audience exposure, and those customers or audience, okay, they come onto their store physically and take advantage of their product or service. Some people want to generate sales and revenue online. That is why they are on social media. Some people want to just generate leads, okay, so that they can get on a call or they can get on a video call and things like that, or maybe a meeting in itself so that they can further their business. What is your ultimate goal to be on social media? That completely depends on the business plan and overall the industry or domain you are at. So be very specific, have a thought about it and jot down your goal. When you are jotting down your goal, you are not going to think about your goal for the next week or for the next month. I suggest even for 1 year. You need to have a vision for at least 2 years so as to where you want your company to go and where you want your business to lead, okay? And from the 2 years line course, you are going to join the dots behind, and that is going to make it very clear. You can see the road where you are going to walk at in these 2 years. God help, if there is a change in the future, that change is going to be for the better. But if you are clear right now about your goals for the next 2 years and in which way you are going to direct your social media efforts, that way every feat that you put, every strategy that you implement, every plan that you make is going to be keeping that ultimate vision or goal in mind. So having a goal and having an ultimate target or a vision is very, very important. Set your goal first. Step number 2. You will only focus on 2 major platforms. There are too many social media platforms at our disposal, and we can actually choose any. Usually people think that, getting on at all social media forums is going to expand their business. However, the first drawback is you will not be able to give your complete attention and discipline to either of them in the most profound fashion. That is going to be a drawback. And secondly, it does not work that way. If you put your mind and focus into only not 1 but 2 specific forums, that way your business is going to grow, or your acquisition to new audience is going to happen at a very much faster pace. Okay, my personal suggestion is that you got to be on Instagram. Instagram is like the culmination of all the social media platforms. You can have your posts, you can have your feeds, you can have your carousels, you can share infographics, you can share short short videos, you can share long videos. You also have your reels, which is going to replace your TikTok, and you have got other facilities. Of course, there is just one link medium which you can put on. That is not the biggest drawback. However, Instagram is already getting on to be one of the biggest things on social media, and you should not be missing out on that opportunity. Secondly, do you want to select YouTube? Do you want to make short or long tail videos for your endorsement, for your brands, for your products? Or do you want to just be on Twitter? Do you want to make it very B2B specific? Do you want to be on LinkedIn? FYI, LinkedIn now, according to Gary Vee, okay, I watched in one of the recent videos, he talked about how LinkedIn is what Facebook was in back in 2012, where the organic reach was much better. Right now, the organic reach of Facebook is hardly 3 to 4%, which is very poor. So you have to take the help of paid advertisements. However, LinkedIn is a much, a virgin forum in that case, so you will be able to reach a larger audience in an organic way. But LinkedIn is still known known to be B2B eccentric. So you have your options like Facebook and Twitter and other things. Okay, so what I would say is you got to be on Instagram, except that which other forum you want to select, that is completely your discretion, but only go for 2 major forums. Now that we know what is our ultimate goal and we have selected our 2 favorite forums, we are going to set our profile. To set your profile for the maximum reach, okay, and for the maximum value in return, we are going to optimize our profiles by these 6 tips. And I'm going to mention it in the order of how you are going to do it. Tip number 1. You are going to turn your profile into a business profile. If you guys have known or not known, okay, in almost all the social media forums, you have a private profile and you can convert them into a business or a public profile. Why is it done that way? The reason is that in a business profile, you can see the analytics and you can see the data of all your feeds and all your posts. In the longer run, that is going to give you an idea, and that is going to work to your benefit, so as to how you can target more people or churn that into the benefit of your business. I will not get into that into much detail, but in short, a business profile is designed for business purposes. More exposure, you have got your links, you can see your data, your analytics, and so on. So as it is supposed to be done, please convert your private profile into a business profile. If you have a separate profile for yourself and for your business, the business one will be in business, yours one will be a private. But if you are setting your private profile for your business, like I use my Instagram, not completely in a private fashion, but I use it to endorse my videos and so on. Tip number 2, have a very good introduction. Your introduction needs to talk about your past, your experience. Secondly, it needs to talk about what is your vision. And thirdly, it needs to talk about where are you going to take your audience from the point A to the point B. How do you do that? Okay, so I'm going to give you the example of a chef of a restaurant. Okay, if you are selling food, let's say, I'll give you an example. I am, I've been the head chef of a so and so hotel for so and so years. My vision is for everyone to have the actual taste of Indian spice and I can assure you of giving you a taste of over 100 dishes of Indian spice in a westernized way, something like that. So here you discussed what is your history, you discussed what is your vision, what do you want, okay, what is that passion, why you started this, and lastly, you also guaranteed that you are going to give them a taste of over 100 dishes in the Indian spice in the western way. I hope you're getting my point. So if you really want, see guys, I'm giving you an example, so I'm a little vague right now, but if you want me to help you with actually setting up your profile, okay, to find the right hashtags, or also to get your profile line done, anything at all, please comment down below and I am going to make it a point to help you. That's a promise. Tip number 3. You need to put on the link of your website in your profile. The slot where you need to put the link of your website is a freaking important real estate, and you are not going to waste that. If you do not have a professional website for your business, nevertheless, put the link of your other profile. But whenever someone comes to your profile, let's say I visit your Instagram, As I check out this profile of yours, I will also come to know that you have another profile, and I probably have a chance to, press on the link and follow you on the other profile as well. So do not waste that real estate. Please put on the link of your other website or other profile. Tip number 3. Have a very clear CTA, that is call to action. You need to be very specific there and tell people to follow you, or you need to tell them to DM you if they are interested in your product or services. Giving my example again, on my Instagram profile, I have put the link of my YouTube channel, and I have mentioned there follow on my YouTube channel with a thumb pointing down. So if somebody is interested, they know what to do, but that is a little instigation. I'm putting in their minds that you can do this as well. And there is a probability of at least, I want to exaggerate and give you a false impression. There is a probability of at least 20% of people visiting the profile, reading that, clicking on the page and visiting my YouTube channel. Okay. So you cannot push someone, you cannot force someone, but you can give them an idea to do something. So set a very clear expectation with your CTA. And for business, it is very important. DM us or DM me for collaborations, DM for business services or products, DM to know the prices. You need to write down on your profile very clearly. Tip number 5, your address, your postal address and your phone number needs to be there mentioned very, very clearly. You need to mention the head to toe of your postal address. Don't be lazy. Take your time and write down your complete address and write down your phone number, so as people need to contact you or they need to visit you physically, they know where to go and what to do. And tip number 6, you need to have a separate album, like if it's in a profile like Facebook, or you need to mention in a separate highlight the feedback or the achievement or the compliments that you have got from your customers. See, over the times you are going to acquire customers who are going to give you a compliment, who are going to give you a structural feedback, who are going to praise your business, and that is something very essential for you to let other customers know. Okay, that is going to be a magnetic factor. So have a separate album made and screenshot or ask people to get on a video for 30 seconds and talk about your business. You again need to have a CTA here. You need to ask people to do it. You need to request people to do it. People are really nice. If you ask them, they will do it, guys. I have a personal experience on this. But if you expect people to just do it by themselves, they might not even know. So ask them to give you a feedback. Ask them to give you a compliment or something like that, okay? And put it on a video or put it on a post and take a screenshot and save it on an album. So what is happening by these 6 simple steps? You optimizing your bio completely by these six simple steps will help you get the analytics of your feeds and your posts, will help someone when they visit, okay, get to know about your history, your vision, where are you going to take them from your journey of A to B, aka why they are supposed to follow you, what is your postal address, what is your phone number. Oh, this person has served these many people and they have given this kind of appreciation and feedback. Within the first 10 seconds, you are going to let them gauge you completely. And that is quite an achievement when it comes to social media game, because the attention span of anyone on social media, you can say, is accountable to hardly 3 or 4 seconds. So if you are able to grab their attention within 10 seconds and give them an entire picture of your history, geography of your business, that way they are going to definitely be magnetized or attracted towards your business, have a probability to follow you, have a probability to be your future or your potential customer. Let's come on to step number 4. Now that we have optimized our bio for the maximum return in value, we are going to talk about what are you going to put onto your feed and what kind of content are you going to put on your bio. My best suggestion is you need to share your truth. What do I mean by share your truth? You are going to talk about your product and service, but alongside you are also going to have a personal touch given to your bio. Okay, and even when you talk about your product or service, you are going to put it out in a very humane fashion. The era of being very robotic or seeming to be very professional is long gone and is not going to be back for a very long time. People are smart, okay? people get on to or are attracted to things or services or products or companies or brands which are very realistic, which are very relatable. And that is what we need to take advantage of, or we are going to set our business in that path. Okay. So when I mean share your truth, talk about why you started this business, what were you doing earlier, and what is it that you see specifically in this business that you have started. What are the struggles that you are facing or that you faced when you started this business? How did you come across your employees? How did you guys partner up and get along together for your business? Okay. What is the life of your employees currently? How are they relating to the business? What is happening? All of that. You can make so much of content in just this, and people like to share, people like to follow lives. Okay. And that is something awesome, because instead of being pretentious and trying to put up something which is not, we rather talk about what is the truth. Okay. Even when you talk about your product and services, talk about how did you come up with the design of something, or how did you come up with the idea of something, how long did you take to jumble up all of that. That is going to be get their attention, and at the same time you are going to talk, you're going to deliver the information about the product or service at the same time. It's going to be a complete win-win situation. In short, please be very transparent, be it about your product or service, be it about yourself, be it about the people working with you. You are going to be very transparent, and you are going to share your truth. Now that we know what kind of content we are going to create, let us get on to step number 5, that is create a content calendar. Okay, you are going to be busy executing your business. You will not have the time to just be on phone or your laptop and create bits of your content for social media, because that's not the only thing on your mind. But you want to be up with the social media game as well. Sit on a day, okay, and give your 3 hours and make content for the entire week. You are going to make content for 7 days. Let's say in a day you are going to put 3 feeds. So you have to prepare 21 bits of content. If you have watched my previous video on personal branding, I have told you how you do not have to create new content every time. How can you share your earlier content and make it easier in the game? Do watch that video if you want tips on how to personalize your social media game. Okay, the same tip follows suit here. Don't be worried that it's only one. What am I going to do? There are so many ways which we can, bifurcate the post to. Maybe you can bifurcate a few to quotations and motivational things in that forum. You can talk, if it's a food, you can talk about other foods which is going around the world, or what are the ingredients that you use in your specific food, and what are the health advantages of that ingredients. You can take those pictures and post from anywhere online. You don't have to create all by yourself. And then leave 4 or 5 posts for personalized, what you're talking about, your story, your journey, what you're talking about, your partners. You can also leave a few posts for your customer feedback. Make a 30 seconds, 15 seconds video about them. Maybe the customer who comes, you can share their story. Okay, and that is how you can elaborate and bifurcate the content feed. You can talk about your products and service and so on and so on. I'm sure you got the idea. The summary of what I'm trying to say is, decide on what you are going to put out and put it out on one day. Give 3 hours and prepare your content calendar, and make it a habit that every week you are going to sit and do that. Tip number 6. Listen to your audience / your community / your customers. It is not enough now that you are on the way to social media marketing and you're putting out feeds. You also need to listen and see very closely what kind of response are you getting. What kind of feedback are people giving you? Are they liking the product or services? Are they reaching out to you? What is it that's missing? Customer feedback, what the customer is talking, is very essential part, because end of the day it is all about them. Okay, so you need to listen up very, very closely. Keep your eyes and ears open. This is not what you are going to do now, but you're going to do forever. It's an ongoing process. You are going to try to get as much as feedback as possible. So don't wait for people to upfrontly write down something only when you put up a feed. You need to ask questions, set up a questionnaire, set up a poll, probably set up a proper questionnaire, on a website or on a PDF, and send them those links and request them to take out 5 minutes of their busy times, and just give your feedback. Do you want to know how to enhance your product at its best? Just ask your customer. Ask them, if this was the product and you had to make any change, what is the change that you would want? This is the service. What kind of a change you want in this service that is going to make you buy my service, that is going to make you interested in my product? Okay, just ask people directly. You do not have to go, beat around the bush. So in short, listen to your customer. Step number 7. You need to automate the process. Now that we are getting on to quite a few things, okay, you also have your business to handle. Like we discussed already in the 5th, step, you will be busy, so you need to automate the process. I have already talked about those tools which are going to help you do that. Automating the process not only comes about the tools who are going to post on your profile, but it also comes down to a lot of designing applications that give you a ready-made format, that give you a ready-made theme, and you just have to replace a few words, you just have to replace a few pictures to make your content ready in 2 minutes. Okay, I use Canva myself personally. It is very easy, it is free, and it is so vast. You never run out of your graphics, or you never run out of your templates or themes. So I will leave the link of these applications that I use, which I have used in my social media game for my business, and that will, I think, help you to automate your process. So step number 7 is automate your process entirely. Step number 8, collaborate, attract, measure. Pick the right tools for your digital workflow. Coming on to the first one, collaborate. You will be working alone, that's pretty good, but you must be working with a partner, or you must be working with your employees, okay? How are you guys to collaborate? Let's say there is a lockdown, or let's say you guys are at 2 different places, for example, okay? You need to use very simple collaborative tools like a Dropbox, okay, or a Google Drive, so that you can exchange and share information real time. You do not have to mail each other all the time, okay? So that is what I mean by collaborate. Attract. What do I mean by tools that attract? To attain more customers, to have a customer acquisition, you need attracting tools like automated emails. So MailChimp, I used to use Zoho, which was very simple. I don't know anything about coding, but I was able to successfully follow their guideline and, just integrate Zoho into my website. And if I can do it, I guess everyone can do it. You need to use attracting tools like automated emails like Zoho and MailChimp. You need to use tools like Buffer or Later to put in a post, and you need to use tools like Canva to design your content so that you are going to attract the customers on your feed. And lastly, the measuring tools. By measuring tools, I mean to say tools like Google Analytics. Social media platforms have got their own analytics, which is very informative and precise. But if you want to go into much depth, okay, you need to get onto tools like Google Analytics, which gives you a complete skeleton or head-to-toe idea of exactly, what was the journey of that person who came to your profile, what all pages they went to, what are the choices, which part of the world they are coming from, what are their interests, how can you target. So that these kind of people are getting attracted to your feed. The next time you are going to put feed which is going to have elements which are going to attract more people as such, there's a reason why there are analytic tools, so that you can gauge your customers and you can attract more of their kind. So collaborate, attract, and measure. Step number 9, you need to drive your growth with engagement. There is no other way to growth but a one-on-one engagement with your customers, with your audience, or people who are attending to your social media marketing. They could be your potential customers. If somebody DMs you, do not be late or do not be lazy. DM them back. And FYI, have a personal approach to the DM. Long gone are the days when you had to write a professionalistic, message or a few words. Please go on and give a voice record, send in a voice mail, and have a very personalized touch. The other person who's hearing on the other side is going to feel good about it. That is when they are going to support you in return. And also make it a point to write down an answer to every comment. Probably go on to their profiles and interact with their posts or feeds and have an exchange. You are a new business owner, you are a local business owner, you are just starting out in the game of social media marketing, you cannot afford to be lazy and you cannot afford to be pricey as well. Step number 10, only use optimal times to feed. You don't want to put in your feeds with so much of efforts where people do not even have the time to, stop in a few seconds and check your feed or get to know your business. Let's say even if it's daytime, there are times when people are at work and everybody has their mobiles in their hands and we are constantly scrolling through social media. But if somebody is at work, there is very less chance that they are going to attentively look at what you have put in the feed. There's a probability that they will just keep on scrolling because they are also attending their work and they are going to just stop. Okay, but the same person, if they are in their couch end of the day, watching TV, scrolling through their phone, there is a high probability that they are going to read what you have put in and they are going to engage back in return. So these are little differences which make a very large difference when it comes to social media game. You need to look at the optimal time when your audience is most interactive, when maximum people are online, and it needs to be a few hours before the optimal time so that you can get into the algorithm and come onto their feed. You're getting the point. Step number 11, learn from the best. You need to follow the people who have made it very successful in the game. You need to follow their profile. You need to follow the competitors' profile. You need to even follow your local competitors' profile, okay? And you need to see what is working best for them, what is happening with their business, what kind of feedback are their customers giving them. There must be a probability you will be able to gauge, you will be able to attract, the audience who's engaging with their feeds. Yeah, there's a very specific way to do this, and I do not mean sub for sub or follow for follow. I'm going to make a video on this specifically in the future, guys. So coming back to what I was saying, you need to follow your competitors so that you can learn and also so that you can probably steal a few audiences. Okay. One thing I would like to mention this on a very humane note, okay? Please do not have a very, envious, jealous, or please do not have a worried, vibration when you are gauging your competitors or when you are gauging the people who have made it big in the game. We are humans, and if we are just starting with something or we are not getting the right feedback or right response from the audiences, we kind of tend to get worried. At the same time, we get upset with who is doing so, but that is really not the right way to go. Just very different topic altogether, but it really brings our vibration down and we will not be able to attract what we are targeting. So you need to observe them with admiration. You need to feel happy for their success, and that is when that is going to come to you, guys. Very, very important, more than the digital knowledge, okay, is this knowledge which I hold importance to. So when you look at your competitors or people who are doing good in the game, feel happy for them, and that is when you are going to attract that as well. Yeah, and do not forget to steal the audience time and again. Step number 12, be your own influencer and ask help of your friends. You don't have to worry when are you going to grow as a brand that you will be able to hire influencers to upskill your game or for your services or for your brand. You can be your own influencer from day one. Let's say you're selling tea bags, okay? Get up, get dressed, make a nice cup of, make a nice video with you making a nice cup of tea for yourself and having it with your family. Send in boxes to all your friends. Ask them to, put in appreciation comments and ask them to tag them with the pictures and make videos. You can actually, we have got a lot of people who can help us with it, but we do not really use our resources because we underestimate ourselves and we underestimate our resources. But everyone who has a profile on social media, be it they have 50 followers or be it they have 50,000 followers, is a kind of influencer in some way. Their life is out, okay? If they put it out that way, if they put it in a feed, at least those 50 people are going to see and they're going to get to know of their product or service. So ask help of your friends and be your own influencer before you hire anyone. And you need to do it from day one. Step number 13, use paid ads. I will not suggest you to use paid ads right away. First, please go organic for a few weeks. maybe a few months as well. Okay, when you feel really the need, or if that is a part of your agenda, you need to acquire a lot of customers in the very beginning, or audience, you have that vision, which is not wrong. Okay, then you need to use paid ads, because organic reach is limited to a certain extent end of the day, but inorganic, that is paid ads, has got a very good reach, and you can filter out your customers and so on. But guys, very personal suggestion. Okay, when I started using paid ads, I was learning the process of it, and I invested a lot of money and rather wasted that money in learning the process altogether, which I could have done in a very minimalistic amount. Okay, so you need to not spend so much, please, in the beginning for your paid ads. You need to use very minimalistic amount to get to get the idea of how this whole thing works. And when you have the idea and you know of the XYZs of how things work with paid ads, then you can invest and acquire your customers and run your ads. But in the beginning, do not spend so much money. Coming back to what I was saying, use paid ads. That is going to help you filtrate out specific targets, specific audiences, and could help you in a lot of ways. Step number 14, or not a step number 14 rather, please do not do sub for sub or follow for follow. See, I have seen a lot of people on YouTube give this tip in the first place, that you need to follow for follow, or on YouTube the trending of sub for sub goes on. It actually, I know, even though I'm new in the game right now on YouTube as well, but I already know it, that kind of a thing does never really work. It is so negative in the first place. So see, somebody follows you and they you are attracted to their profile, you might as well follow them back, but you do not have your personal interest. You did not initiate the follow in the first place. Are you going to really engage later? No. So there's a probability that people who follow you, first of all, the probability is out of 100 people, only 10 people will follow you. You are wasting a lot of time doing that. If you use automated, BOTs, that is very harmful. If it's got your whole profile could be put down, okay, on social media, you do not want to do that, okay. And if you do it very smartly also, maybe out of 100 people, 10 will follow you back. But those 10 people have a very less chance to engage with your content in the future, because they themselves heartily never followed you in the first place and could probably unfollow you in the future. So please do not do sub for sub and follow for follow. Social media is really hyped. People expect a lot from social media. But the truth is that the growth in social media initially takes a lot of time. But what we need to remember is that it has a snowball effect. From the first 0 to your first 100 followers could be taking a lot of time, and also taking a lot of pressure. Every count you increase gives you happiness, and you expect the next second to be better, but it does not get. So there's a lot of emotional up and down, and the next 100 to 1000 will seemingly look a bit easier. Maybe it'll take the same time or more, but the process is easier because you learned a lot from your first 100, and from the 1,000 to the 10,000, how it grew, you will not even know yourself, because it has a snowball effect. And that is the time when you mentally also know how it grows, and you will not be taking so much of tension. So all of the things are going to happen in a positive way. People are growing their forums from 0 to millions in their accounts. And yes, FYI, I'm talking about numbers here in accountability to followers, but I do not mean to stress or just say that the number of followers show the success of your accounts. No, maybe your business, you are not targeting followers. Maybe you are just doing it for exposure and you want to attain your customers. So you need to only focus in your work end of the day, and not the numbers that are going up and going down. And your business or your social media marketing game is definitely going to grow, but so that it grows, you are not going to resort to things like follow for follow and sub for sub. That is not cool at all. And the very last step, take a social media detox. Yes, we talked entirely about social media marketing, how you are supposed to do it. But if you do not give yourself a gap, if you do not refresh yourself time and again, you will not be able to be at your best game, and that itself is going to be a downer for your business and for your mental health, because social media can be intoxifying, can also be negative sometimes. You need to give a breather to yourself and just forget about it time and again. In the beginning, you can't, you are already optimizing the process, right? So once in 15 days, do not look at your phone. Just do not look at your page or what's happening even with the social media of your business. That is how you are going to refresh your mind, give green tea to your brain literally, and come back fresh and be again very good at your game. Okay guys, we have come to an end of the video. I hope these 15 steps will be able to help you completely for your social media marketing game, for your new business, for your local business. And you, the entrepreneur who's watching me, the solopreneur who's been following all these steps, please subscribe to my channel right away, okay? And hit the bell icon so that you are notified whenever my video is up. I hope I don't have to tell you guys to leave a comment below with whatever you want to share. If you want some tips or helps with your social media game, you can please write it down below on the comment, and I promise you I am going to reply and help you. This is Shilpa Raidas. Thank you so much for giving me this experience. Every time I make a new video, I learn more out of it than what I knew earlier. So I thank God and I thank you guys for this experience overall. I am going to see you guys in my next video. Until then, love you all, stay blessed, and have a rocking social media experience. Bye.